Heyo everybody, Haku finally getting around to my review for The Walking Dead comics issue 169. Couldn't do it this weekend, but finally having it up today on Monday. This will actually probably be a pretty short review, but let's talk about some thoughts on it from start to finish. Nice cover now, knowing that it's figurative, where Dwight said, I could be having the conversation with a gun to the back of your head, but I'm not. So that was cool the way it played in that way. I think that was one of the more interesting ways I've seen the cover be a bit figurative. Um, then we have Carl telling Lydia about the Ben and Billy story, and I really like the way he made it all connect, where he told the Ben and Billy story, and he was like, and then I told Andrea, and then she cried a lot, but then she said, I love you, and that's when I started calling her mom, because my dad had always told me family will always love you even if they don't like you. And I loved that. I love the way he connected that all together, and that's why he called her mom. And it just makes me think. I was thinking all during this, I was like, damn, the TV show kind of screwed up on that one, because they can never have a moment like that now. That was strong. So then we have Maggie and Rick talking about Negan, and I really get both sides. I get the way Rick's like, I've done some bad things too, and Negan's helped us out, and if he's trying to turn a new leaf, he could have betrayed us but hasn't, and Rick is just honestly a little bit confused about it all, but he's like, he's done some good stuff. And Maggie is still very, very angry because he killed Glenn and did all the shit he did before, which is, again, a very good point. So I do see both sides in this one. Rick says that Negan is to leave, though. I don't remember that being the deal. I thought the deal was that Negan gets essentially put on house arrest. He gets his own house, but he has to work and he has to stay under guard, and he's not allowed to take a leadership position. I thought that's what the deal was. But I guess it changed somewhere along the way and I'm just forgetting it. But apparently he's just going to take some supplies and leave, I guess, is the deal now. So we have Rick and Siddiq showing up to Eugene's, and Rick talking to Stephanie on the radio, and he plans to send a group out there to meet them, which seems like really too trusting. Rick has always been overly paranoid and stuff, and I don't get why he trusts this group so easily. It's very, very weird and out of character. Dwight is then having issues with Rick. We see that, and Rick says, okay, we'll talk about this later. Carl says that he's going with Maggie and the hilltop, and he's got to still break it to his dad, and he's worried about breaking it to him and everything like that, but he's got to live his own life. Then we get confirmation that Jesus and Aaron are now finally together, and that they're not going. I find it a little bit odd that it happened off screen, and if it would have been built up more on panel, if it would have been built up more on panel, I think it would have been better, but is what it is. So we have the Dwight and Rick conversation. Dwight tells Rick that he should take over for him, and man, he makes a really compelling argument to me. I'm kind of, after seeing Rick's reaction especially, I'm kind of on Dwight's move here, or Dwight's side here, because he has this compelling argument where he's like, you let Negan handle this situation and it worked out, but what if it wouldn't have? It's Negan. And he said you escalated these situations and stuff, you're getting old and all that, and it's another point to bring up that Rick's body isn't what it used to be, and I kind of see that. And at first, I would be totally on Rick's side if Rick would have said, how he talked to Vincent after Vincent tried to kill him, where he's like, we all need to work together, this happened because of this, but we're all going to figure it out together, or like what he said to Negan even. But instead, he just says, I could kill you if I wanted to, what's another grave? So instead of just explaining the situation, he threatens him, which makes me think, it's really out of character once again for Rick. I don't know what's going on with Rick's character this issue, but in addition to that, it just seemed like a really dick asshole move. So it makes me even more on Dwight's side in this. Rick is just, I don't know what's going on with his character this issue. Then we see Michonne telling Rick that she wants to go on the trip and that she's going to take Magna, Yumiko, Siddiq, and of course Eugene, because Eugene said before that he has to go. Then Carl says his goodbyes to Rick. Rick is really okay with it, which surprises Carl since he was worried about it earlier. Negan packs his shit and leaves, and he tells Dwight where he's thinking about going, which is the neighborhood where he buried his girl. Then the groups all leave, and Maggie sends Dante out to follow Negan. Obvious that Maggie was going to keep an eye on him, if not try to kill him. So yeah, only thing is I hope she's not sending Dante to his death because I like Dante. Either way, that was it. That's where we end this one. I thought it was a good issue. I don't think it was the best, but I thought it was good, definitely. It felt like a lot got accomplished. It felt like all these characters got a lot done, got all their stories kind of wrapped up from what was going on with the Saviors and the Whisperers and all that, and we moved on into the next stage of people going out trying to find this new group. And I like as well that the Whisperers are still out there somewhere so that they can return somewhere in the future. I like that a lot. So yeah, I felt like a lot was accomplished. I felt like the story moved forward a lot. But the only, I think the only big negative I have, is Rick's character. He was really out of character. Like, instead of explaining himself, and the reason I say that's out of character is because we've seen him in situations like this a bunch of times. It worked, like, the way he reacted to Negan, to Sherry even recently when she was trying to flip out and send the Saviors on him, the way he reacted to Vincent, all of it was pretty consistent. It was his character and all that, and now he just threatens Dwight instead of making it all work out, which leads us into more tension. And Dwight seems like he's when he has that face when Maggie says take care of Rick and he's like, ah, shit, he seems like he's kind of a bit repentant. But either way, he made a good point, and Rick really didn't try to fight the good point he made at all. And I don't, that, and what was the other thing I said with Rick? Oh yeah, him trusting that group too easily. That was way out of character too. Remember when he first met Aaron? I mean, it was a different situation, but when he first met Aaron, he punched him in the face. Yeah, I'm pretty... Oh, it's been a while since I read that issue, but yeah, pretty certain that's the way it happened. So, and he tied him up, similarly to the way the TV show did things. So yeah, I just don't know. Rick's character was way off this issue. Either way, though, as a score, I still thought it was really good. I still thought tons was accomplished in the story. So, 7.5... Oh Lord, 7.5, geez, I don't know what to call it, 7.5 out of 10, I don't have anything this month for that one, but yeah, 7.5 out of 10, so either way, like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this month's issue, what you thought of my thoughts on it and all that. Subscribe if you want for more The Walking Dead, both comics and TV show. And I'll probably talk about Fear eventually. The mid-season finale was just like last night. I'll probably do a video talking about Fear eventually this season. So yeah, that's it. Subscribe for any of that, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel or talk to you there. That's it. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see you all next time.